On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Women. Yo, would you rather go out there and compete with men for the best positions? Of course, you're gonna have some anomalies. You're gonna have some women that's moving a certain type of way. Women don't want to be required to work. They want to work based off of whatever it is that they find their purpose to be. When you have to require women to bring in resources, they ain't trying to do that. They will do it and they will thrive if they have to be presented in that, in that environment because you adjust whatever environment that you in. But if you ask most women, they'd be like, nah, I'll leave that in a minute if I can find a guy that move that type of way. Most men will be like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I got to get it. I don't care how much money my chick got. I'm going to get it no matter what. I'm not about to sit here and be no sucker. Some men will, obviously, like I said, you'll find anomalies, but women instinctively will be like, nah, I'd rather get rid of that job. Ain't nobody trying to be going in there every day and fighting with them chicks. The women ain't trying to do that, bro. Stand that men are stronger. But ultimately, what it comes down to is that even though certain things are socialized, instinctively, we always come back to whatever our natural state is, right? I'll give you an example. You can socialize all you want, but if somebody do like this at me, your initial instinct is to flinch, right? You always lean back on your instincts, and instinctually, especially when all of that adrenaline is running and all through you and everything like that, you move accordingly. Naturally, and I'm gonna add a caveat in here. Naturally, men are providers and protectors. That didn't just come out of anywhere. We didn't just socialize that to death since the beginning of time. Since the beginning of time, men have been the ones that provide the provision. Since the beginning of time, men have been the one that fought wars. It's a reason for that. We didn't just want to fight wars. We did it because that's instinctively who we are, and we always are going to provide and protect. But the caveat to that is, and what we haven't added to it, is that women are too. Women are natural protectors. They are maybe not necessarily provider, but they are naturally protective. They're protective of their children. They're protective of their men. They will fight. As a matter of fact, as Kayla indicated, I've seen some of the most vicious fights come from women. But at the same time, that's not necessarily socialized. Women are told that they're supposed to be feminine and relax and let men handle it and all that other type of stuff. So us as humans, we are protectors. Women are not providers, but us as humans, we are protectors. We are protectors in our own specific ways, but I find it, and I'm going to use it, all week purposely, it's all because of my girl, Courtney Michelle. I find it a bit disingenuous.
Oh God.
To lean on. I'm doing it as a joke. I'm doing it as a joke, but I do find it crazy that we got to be so politically correct to where I can naturally acknowledge that women instinctively, and they're not necessarily taught, oh, tuck and roll when you go in when a house is on fire. You can't stop a woman from running in there and going to get her kid, and you can't stop a man from going to do the same thing. That's not socialized. That's just our natural instinct to want to make sure that those around us are protected. But I don't like the idea that we got to lean on this political commentary or being socially correct just because we're trying to make sure that we include everything and everybody is equal, that we can't acknowledge that men are natural providers and protectors. That's what we are.
How you gonna say wrong to me and I said the same thing?
No, I'm not speaking to you specifically.
I agree with you. I think it's absolutely.
Men are natural providers and protectors, and I don't know how we can. Actually, what I'm seeing is that it's being socialized that we all are supposed to be equal, and that's the problem, because the only ones that's going to truly suffer is the women. Men are going to be men. Like when you at the top of the food chain, regardless of how you socialize it, when we get back to our instincts and when we grow up and when men come to the realization that they got all the power, we take our power back. The only people that suffer in the end are the women. They're the ones that suffer. The children, they're the ones that suffer. That's why they say that the children are the ones that pay for the sins of their father. When we get done overly socializing, the reality is that the only ones that's losing is society at large, because the men are the state of the community. That is the state across any country, any border, no matter where you go, men are going to be the state of the community. So how can you not say we are not the natural providers and protectors? If it was equal, then how come you can't find one environment or one society where women that are also naturally protectors? How come you can't find a society where women are the state of the community, and as the women go, as that's how the community goes?
Yeah, I only got one pushback on your comment though about the women as being protectors. Yes, they are protectors, but under the level of the man protection. Without that man protection, what is she protected?
But that's what Anton was saying.
If she don't have a man, she has to protect herself.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a man, she has to protect herself. If the father's not there,
if she don't got a man, the only thing they're gonna protect her is 911 and the mercy of the dudes around her and her community. That's it.
Y'all be weak in the knees. Stand up.
Or
Stand
my
up.
20 gauge, or my 20 gauge pump,
or that 9.
At the end of the day, but it still don't matter. Like y'all can have all the guns in the world and give us a bunch of knives. We're gonna wipe y'all out in 30 seconds. At the end of the day, y'all can do all of that extra.
Is that a we or you?
Instinctively, we are always going to be better than you guys in that way specifically. And that's not a problem, because I even tell my chick, and she knows it. Most women understand this. Your power is in your femininity. Your power is in your femininity. It's my chick can get way more out of society, out of me overall when she's soft-spoken, when she's nice. She can say the same thing. No matter what she says, it's the way she says it that changes the narrative. And I don't understand why people are pushing back against that. Y'all shouldn't even be. I wouldn't even want to be a provider and protector if I was a woman. That's crazy to me. Y'all got it good, and y'all fighting against what y'all best interests are.
Island Girl Q, are men natural protectors and providers? What are your thoughts, Q?
I mean, the men that grew up with me and the men I've encountered, they're naturally protectors. It's like we're naturally caterers. Well, I'm not gonna speak for all women. I was naturally a caterer, so and feminine to men and stuff like that. So I think it's more natural regarding that's just the men I've encountered. But yeah, it's just what they've been saying.
Okay.
But I have a question though. I have a question. Do you think that women are naturally feminine?
Yep, I sure do. I do.
Yeah.
And what you're really seeing is women are being socialized to be the other way. And that's why most of the time if you ask most women, yo, would you rather go out there and compete with men for the best positions? Of course, you're going to have some anomalies. You're going to have some women as, moving a certain type of way. Women don't want to be required to work. They want to work based off of whatever it is that they find their purpose to be. When you have to require women to bring in resources, they ain't trying to do that. They will do it, and they will thrive if they have to be, presented in that, in that environment, because you adjust whatever environment that you in. But if you ask most women, they'd be like, nah, I'll leave that in a minute if I can find a guy that move that type of way. Most men will be like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I got to get it. I don't care how much money my chick got. I'm going to get it no matter what. I'm not about to sit here and be no sucker. Some men will, obviously, like I said, you'll find anomalies, but women instinctively will be like, nah, I'd rather get rid of that job. Ain't nobody trying to be going in there every day and fighting with them chicks. The women ain't trying to do that, bro.